let's see who is next. Oh, that's our shadow. Sorry, it's a little bit later now. Aries. So you didn't get to go first today, you got to go third. Not like you guys really know the order, but okay, we're doing August predictions for Aries. And this is for the month of August, like I said, but I set the intention that it'll be the next 4 weeks from whenever you're watching this. It can be for your sun, moon, or rising sign, any Aries placement. But if you're here watching, that means there's a message for you, so don't worry about that. We're going to start off with Lenormand. Spirit, can you please give us an overview for the month of August or the next 4 weeks for Aries? Those watching, thank you for your clear and accurate messages. What is going on? Let's come out. Ooh, good start. What's going on for Aries? And we have crossing on the bottom. So perhaps you guys are experiencing a bit of a spiritual awakening, which a lot of the collective has been going through, or there's some faded thing going on. But okay, we have the bouquet letter and we have a woman here. So even the bottom is spades. I feel like that's significant. Let me look and see. I think that's equivalent to wands and tarot, but let's take a look. Spades: growth, activity, work, authority, business, public interest, and rewards. So those are the general themes for sure this month for you. Growth, especially spiritual growth. It looks like professional too, because the bouquet can represent like professional skills. It could be a gift, some sort of recognition, and you might be receiving this recognition or gift through mail or like a text message. You could find out about this in the news of this gift, or this gift could be coming from divine feminine in your life. And I feel like whatever this gift or recognition is really going to bring a lot of beauty, expansion into your life, and really get you moving on this path forward. And yes, right underneath the crossing is the tower and the Lenormand. This is all about professional skills and aiming high. And below it's money and the fish. So I really feel like you guys are being recognized. It's really taking you on a new path forward. Really beautiful. So let's get the tarot to figure out more about this situation. But your month. Spirit, we're going to do a Celtic cross spread for Aries. CP1 will be Aries going into this month. CP2 will be their environment. CP3 will be some background information relevant to the topics, the main events going on in August. And CP4, recent past for Aries. CP5 will be how Aries expects the month to go. CP6 will be tell me what the first 2 weeks, what happens in the first 2 weeks of August for Aries. CP7 will be your fears, doubts from Aries. CP8 will be outside influences, environment, other energies outside of Aries in August. CP9 will be their hopes and dreams. CP10 will be their final outcome, what happens in August, specifically in the final 2 weeks. Thank you for your clear and accurate messages. The High Priestess is the first card representing you. Yes, spiritual awakening. The King of Cups. Well, if you can't see this, don't worry. I'll arrange it in a moment. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands reversed. So maybe going into this month, you guys have felt a little defeated, like things aren't really going your way. Maybe this spiritual awakening type thing, this events going on have been a little tough, but you are going to be just fine. I see for you going into this month, you've really gone through it, and I feel like you've grown a lot, Aries. So we have the High Priestess representing you and the King of Cups. So you are, maybe there's been some rough waters around. Maybe you've really had to do some spiritual healing and all of that, but you were able to stay afloat and look good doing it. I feel like whatever's been going on, you've really reached some sort of emotional maturity. You're very balanced. Your emotional intelligence is on point. And you're really getting in touch with your intuition, your higher self. Let's see if you can see all these now. Right. And for some more background, we have the King of Swords reversed. Yeah, I feel like maybe your emotions have been kind of, before, like going into this month, kind of taken like control of you, and like maybe you haven't been thinking as logically. This could also be that you've been dealing with someone that was maybe micromanaging, a little controlling, a little mean. This kind of could be like mean dictator type energy. Perhaps this is an old boss. It could be just also indicative of this whole awakening type energy, the stuff you've been going through, these trials and tribulations that are meant to be part of your growth. But there could be some energy with the Six of Wands reversed here that maybe there was something in the workplace, some challenges. And in recent past, we have the Four of Swords. So hopefully this means you guys have been really taking some time out, resting, because I feel like you guys really have been going through it, Aries. Let me know. But it looks like maybe you guys have just been really working hard. Sometimes the Four of Swords can be representative of like someone who's really content. They have done their duties, and it can be also showing that you're being recognized for your work. So maybe this recognition has already started with this, but I feel like if it has, you're getting recognized much more in the month of August, or the upcoming month when you're watching this. And for what you expect with the Queen of Wands, I feel like you expect things to start getting better. You put your work in, you've really gone through it, and whatever you've gone through has really made your confidence peak, and you're just full of joy. You're like, I know I've worked really hard like the past month, past few months, years, and all that hard work, is really paying off. It's bringing you the confidence, and look at all the sunflowers. It's all about like happy days, joy, success, abundance, and there's a lot of flowers here. And I feel like you have people you're guiding. You've definitely got support here. A lot of people are liking you, and this, things are turning up. So I love that your change in attitude, or just your attitude in general. But it looks like there might be some fear of success, or maybe there's some fear of settling down. Aries, is that true? We have the Four of Wands for fears. And look there's all these kids here. Maybe you're afraid of, maybe things are going well at work and stuff. Maybe you have gone through the spiritual awakening, or this like whatever trial and tribulations you've gone through, and you've matured emotionally, and now you're like, oh gosh, do I need to mature and do what everyone else is doing, like getting married, settling down, expanding my family, buying a house? Do I need, you're questioning like the traditional route of things potentially. There also could be generally like a fear of success. Now that you're like doing better and getting recognized, it's kind of scary in a little bit. Like you're like, what's next? I achieved this goal. What's next? And I think you are afraid of potentially being a little burned out, or I feel like there's also this fear with the Nine of Wands reversed of not getting recognized for all this hard work you put through. Been put through, or whatever it is. Like, look at all these wands. You're like at the end of whatever journey you've been on, you're a little beat up, and you're like, is this worth it? And you want to be recognized for all this hard work you've been doing, but I see that you are. But I feel like at the same time, there are some people around you that maybe haven't been very supportive. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. So potentially you guys are changing jobs or doing something else, or maybe that there's people in your life that just haven't been on your side, it feels like, or you guys haven't really been working very well together. Perhaps there is third-party situation you guys have been dealing with, but whatever this is, like usually with the Pentacles, the Three of Pentacles, this has to do with work. And also with the reverse, the Three of Pentacles, it can be like people around you either not recognizing you for the work you've done, but also it could be like they're just not putting in the effort you are. It's just like unequal, like unfair work. People stealing your ideas. And I'm kind of getting that vibe that there's someone like that in your environment. But I feel like you're cutting out the BS. And see how there's Three of Pentacles here, and it's the first 2 weeks and it's reversed. For the final outcome, or the last 2 weeks, we have the Two of Pentacles and it's upright. And I feel like maybe you're cutting out someone in your life, or cutting out one of your jobs. And if you see in this deck, like there's a mice there and then a fish there and it's a cat, and it's like two things they want. And like you've got two great things going for you, and you're just trying to keep it afloat, and you're doing it fine. So I feel like there's maybe a lot on your plate, especially with this Nine of Wands reversed too. Maybe there's been too many burdens, too many responsibilities, and you realize that in the first 2 weeks of August, and by the end you cut out the one thing that wasn't working, the one person, the one job, the one responsibility you had that just wasn't progressing you, and you realize that. Maybe it's friendships, whatever it is for you specifically. You're getting rid of that one thing that was just holding you back, or maybe just wasn't supportive of you, a person. And by the end of the month, you have 2 things that are supportive of you. Maybe you're still busy and stuff, but like you're still able to stay afloat, and these are 2 things you want. 2 material things, like, you know, that could be 2 jobs, a friend group, your family, you know, whatever it is, you're able to stay afloat because, you know, we got this King of Cups, like you're able to handle it. But there's this one thing, though. It's one person, I feel like. But it doesn't have to be a person. It can be some situation that you're recognizing isn't for you, and you're cutting them out. And now you got 2 things going, and it's going well. And I feel like you have an audience. Like, people are cheering you on. For outside influences, we have the Page of Cups. I really do feel like you guys are getting in touch with your intuition. It's on point. Maybe that's how you realize there's this one person or situation that's not for you anymore. You've got this like fish, and you look a little freaked out. Maybe like you're just learning these skills, but like the High Priestess, the crossing we saw before, the King of Cups, and like outside influences. I feel like this could be like a outside friend that's like letting you know some information about this like third party situation that it's not working out for you. You could be getting some information from a friend. This could also be like your environment is in, yeah, like we were touched on, getting in touch with your emotions, still like exploring your newfound, like, or not newfound, but like your enhanced intuition, some creative passion, some outlet that's really helpful for you. The Page is like a new beginning of sorts, but this could also be a person in your life that's helping you out, giving you information, giving you insight. It could be a creative expression, a new creative hobby, and you just getting in touch with your intuition and your spiritual and creative side. And I think it's really helping you out this month. And it's like, you know, the lilies here in the fresh waters, like fresh start, fresh perspectives. I'm trying to think, maybe like cutting some people out, you know, maybe the 4 also is like that too. Maybe you need some space from family and friends that are a little overbearing when you're reaching your goals and exploring these new creative interests and hobbies and spiritual side. Maybe some people have been holding you back or judging you for some reason, and you're like, you know, you're doing the right thing and you're just like working on yourself. That could be kind of what you're cutting out or worried about this month, like fear of cutting people out. But it doesn't mean you have to cut people out forever, Aries, you know. It's just like for a little bit while you're growing, because you know you're doing the right thing and you're going to be fine, you know. A little BS in the beginning, but you're going to be just fine by the end of the month. And like, you're beautifying your life for real. No matter what this card means, it's your professional skills, your life is just becoming more beautiful. You're blossoming as a person. And I think you're definitely getting some good news. Maybe this could also be like message of you telling people you need a break from them and stuff, because you're growing, you're expanding. You know, the theme of all those spades, your growth, expansion. What else do we have for Aries? We have here Neptune. You guys are seriously intuitive this month, if you guys don't think so. In the 10th house, your career reputation is going to be highlighted. And with Libra, harmony oh, you can't see that, can you? We have Libra. Libra's all about balance and harmony, especially in relationships, but really just balance and harmony in life. And I think, you know, you're finding the balance this month with career, your intuition, your creative sides, your creative outlets, and you're cutting out, or like you're just prioritizing and balancing things better this month with your career and your relationships and your creative spiritual pursuits. So go you. I'm loving this. I feel like things haven't been as balanced lately, but they're becoming more balanced for you after this, you know, I keep saying that, it sounds so funny, trials and tribulations, but since this is a general reading, that's the easiest way to put it. So let's get an oracle card. What final messages, guidance do you have for Aries in the upcoming month? Thank you, Spirit. I just threw that out. I don't know, but okay. Oh, sex magic. I draw on my body with an invisible blade carved with the bliss of lustrous teeth. It is the allure that I will meet blood and flesh. Maybe this is part of your new spiritual awakening. You're practicing some sex magic, but I also see this as you just getting more in touch, in tune with your body and the personal power and magic you hold. But let's read what this card says. I've been doing that with every group. Oops, hopefully I don't get like demonetized. I'm not even monetizing this channel. I'm thinking my other channel. It's okay. Hopefully this video doesn't get taken down because, you know, boobies. But I think also for you, it's like people maybe judging you for things, even if it's not sex magic, you know, it's just expressing yourself in your own unique way. Where's... Oh, I'm looking at page 38. That was a little dumb on me. Excuse me. Not dumb. Just distracted. Uninhibited. Among many cultures and for years, women have been forced to deny their sexuality either through objectification or by the patriarchal system attempting to limit their sexual gratification. Women who did feel free to express their sexuality were judged and exiled, and many were labeled witches, as though that was a dirty word. Witches are often thought to be lustful women who give themselves up to the devil. This imagery is rooted in some truth, for sex magic is a real and useful tool, although it has nothing to do with evil. Also, witches are certainly liberated, be they male or female. Sex magic simply harnesses the creative energy of passion and the restorative energy of orgasm as a way to power your deepest desires. Consider this your initiation. You are being guided to disinhibit your spirit so you may move forward in a natural and authentic way. Those who do not understand your freedom are limited by their own self-consciousness and social constraints. Likewise, those who do not support you in acting upon your desires and lashing out for fear of not fulfilling their own. Their lack of freedom attempts to box you in because they are not ready to receive such a gift for themselves. Sad as it may be, their lack of enlightenment is not reason to keep your soul bound in solidarity. If you find yourself among those who do not support your passion, now may be a time to self-exile and seek more illuminated and open-minded relationships. I think, even if it's not about sex magic specifically, I feel like this whole last paragraph or 2 paragraphs is really what this is all about. The gift is you expressing yourself and being enlightened in whatever way, whatever you've gone through, and seeking people who are open-minded, even if it's not about witchcraft or magic, whatever, you know. People who don't support your passion and you, like, don't hold yourself back. But I see by the end of the month, you guys are... You're balancing, maybe you're busy and balancing a lot of things, but it's more harmonious things. And you're doing it well because we have Libra, you know, you're balancing the good, and you're not putting up with people that are judgmental, and you're realizing that they have their own things, you know. So you're like, that's what this emotional balance, or this like King of Cups. Remember I talked about emotional intelligence? You're cutting out the people that are mean and stuff because you realize like they have their own issues. It's not your fault. So you're expressing yourself freely, and I'm so happy for you guys. Go you, Aries. You guys have done a lot of emotional growth, spiritual growth, whatever it is. You guys are really blossoming, and I'm so happy for you. I love you so much. I will leave down below a link to the August pick card if you didn't see that yet to get a more holistic view of the month. But it looks like it will be a powerful one for you. I love you so much. Have a great one. Bye, Aries.